Go live, go live, go live.
We're live.
And that's all. That's all the further I planned ahead to just say go live.
Live from the internet. It's Sunday night.
And that's our show, folks. Thanks for being here. It's time for the Snappy wrap up. And
was a barn burning this evening.
It's the shortest show ever made.
Hello.
What?
Answer your phone.
Can y'all hear it?
It's the internet.
Sound better.
That's my mom's phone. It's in the other room.
it's the internet.
Internet.
Oh my gosh.
Does it sound better?
Let's get like the 1940s ringtone. I like it.
It does. I need to
What
go
is
turn
it?
that thing off.
Jane, what's going on?
Hello,
There's a
comedy
man
is-
outside.
Comedy is
That's
calling.
absurd.
Pick up the
Hey
phone.
guys.
We should
Does this
definitely.
sound better during sound check that I'm checking I changed the mic. Is that different? Better?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Worse?
not better.
It's definitely
Oh,
It is
not.
different in a not good way.
different. You just went into a closet with a paper bag and a tin can, and
You
you're like,
sound like you're about to demand a ransom.
we are anonymous. We demand that you hand over
That's a great bane.
I don't know what's
You're
going on
anonymous.
here.
We are anonymous.
Oh,
I can't hear
we're having
anything
some audio
that
issues.
sounds bad.
For real?
And that's why we do sound check live.
Yeah.
Let's hear the
That's
keyboard.
why.
Let's hear the keyboard, JT. Ooh, that's nice.
Is that okay?
Mhm.
That's the best thing about the show so far.
Oh, good.
So far, that's the best thing that's happened.
I mean, we're only a minute and a half in.
At least
So.
we weren't like 59 minutes into this one.
That's the best thing.
And that's our show.
That's the best thing.
Yeah, we were talking about Juwan's set. We should show some of Juwan's set on SCQS some night, shouldn't
Yeah.
we,
Sure.
Juwan?
We're gonna have
That'd be
silent
great.
stand up again.
Mhm. No, I mean the video.
Here, I'll
You
tell
should-
everybody this story because it's actually disappointing. So hopefully
Okay.
everybody can get a good laugh out of it.
Oh, good.
I was so proud because we had to delay. It was an outside show and I had to delay it because there literally was a tropical storm that came through. And when we finally had the show, I got up on stage and I was like, "Thank you guys for holding out. We got a great show planned for you. Of course, we had it planned a month ago because a tsunami came through. And I don't know if you know anything about comedy, but the number one rule is not to have a comedy show outside during a natural disaster.
Yeah, that was great.
Not a snicker. And they're all looking at me. And then John, when I showed it to you guys, John was like, "Oh, that was a good line." I went, "Well, I'm glad you liked it because 100 people sitting outside."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was one of the highlights of the show, I thought.
Oh, good. That was like the third thing I said.
Yeah.
Yep. That was you know what? You just can't trust the audience to know what's funny. That's like same thing goes with SCQS. Like the audience is out there tonight and they're thinking this show is terrible. Well, what do they know?
What do they know?
We're the professionals.
Stuff.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe, did
Joe.
Hey,
you
Stefan.
solve that Rubik's Cube yourself?
Did someone say Rubik's Cube?
Did
Yeah.
someone say Rubik's Cube?
Rachel!
Rachel. Hey, Kara.
Sounds Mac.
Yep. Everybody's ready for the worst show ever.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Graham.
Grammy.
Ram Edge.
Hey, Monty.
Monty King, hi.
You made it, Suzanne.
Suzanne's here?
Monty's such a great name.
It is.
Sue.
I know very
Montgomery.
few people named Monty. It's like an automatic game show name, You could host a game show with that name anywhere.
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to go
Or
backstage,
own a
but let me
nuclear
know
power plant.
Yeah,
when
you
you're
could
ready
do that
for
too.
Mad Libs.
Del Monte has my favorite green beans, too.
Yes, those are great.
And Montgomery King. Hello.
Hello, Monty Montgomery. Hey, welcome, everybody.
Whoa.
I was not expecting our video to fade away as quick as it was. I was getting ready to wipe sweat off my brow, but I'll have to do that during our commercial break. My name's John. Welcome to SCQS. That's Brian over there, and it's JT down beneath me, and Juan DeVivo is there.
I am without a Rubik's Cube.
Were those Rubik's Cubes?
Yeah, they're either Rubik's Cubes or really cool maracas.
Yeah, I was thinking maracas.
You got your 3x3, you got your 5x5, you got your 7x7, and your 9x9.
Woo!
Holy smokes.
Complete set.
And I have no life.
If we were, does anybody recognize Brian's movie scene? We haven't done this for so long that people are not.
I know.
We've already talked about it.
Yeah.
But if anybody else recognizes the movie, then go ahead and throw it in the comment section.
He had to give me a real subtle hint. Whenever
Really?
I was stuck, yeah, because I knew it was a certain genre,
But you weren't sure which one.
Pet the dog.
Yeah, the poodle's a giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Getting violent over here.
You're allowed to guess, crowd, viewers.
Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge. Yeah.
That is
Cool.
the actress.
And the old man from Nothing to Lose.
What's his name?
Not Jennifer Coolidge.
I thought that was Jennifer Coolidge.
Billy
Crystal.
No. Actually, that guy was born like that, right?
He probably
Ted
was.
Turner and Jane Fonda.
I don't even think
Yikes.
he's passed away yet. I think he's like 135.
Wow.
And he was like was he the same guy with Ernest and stuff? Oh, look what
There's the answer.
It's my son-in-law.
Was it really? Is that the same guy who was on the Ernest P. World movies?
Best in Show is correct.
Best in Show.
I love that
was
little
JT.
guy.
That was Best in Show was actually the first of the Christopher Guest movies that I saw. I saw that before
Oh, yeah?
I saw Spinal Tap. Yeah. So
That's a good one to start with.
that's how out of the loop I am. And Waiting for Guffman. I saw that after that. Okay. But we are certainly getting sidetracked, and we have got a huge show. We can't afford to let any time go by.
How
in fact,
huge is it?
well, I'm glad you asked, JT, and I'm even more glad that I was prepared for that question. If this is a typical show, then tonight's show looks a little something like this.
Yes, it does.
The dapper gentleman.
So
I love it.
that's it's a little callback from last week. But the show, tonight's show is going to be the worst show ever, and that is by design. But before we get to it, we need to recognize our Clickers of the Week.
Some people are teetotalers and some folks like their liquors. We'll leave that up to you, but now let's holler at our Clickers.
All right. Our beloved Clickers, all of them. We love all of our Clickers, but this week we're going to highlight two of our favorite people. In no particular order, they are...
Julia
and...
Stephen
Peters.
Wow. Hey.
I'm never really sure when the final stinger takes place.
I'll make you wait for it.
He's in control now.
I love the suspense. Thanks to... just leave it there. Just leave it unresolved, and then 20 minutes from now,
I'll help us out here.
there you go. Finally on the board. Canada Week. Oh, it is Canada Week, I guess. Going
Is that why
Canadian
it's the worst show ever?
we want to dedicate the worst show ever to all of our Canadian friends.
And all of these.
Thanks to all the Clickers who help make this show possible with their financial support and also their prayers, but mostly their financial support.
Thank you,
would
Clickers.
If you want to become a Clicker, you can go to johnbranding.com and join the tribe, join our merry tribe. You get access to videos that we don't publish in the regular published place. And you can also come to our effort party. After party link is on the membership page, and it actually is on the membership page this week. So you will be you'll be surprised when you go to look for it and actually find it there. You can join us after the show. Yeah. And we talk about stuff that we don't talk about during the show. We talk about things that we're going to do on next week's show. And we horse around and basically drive our producer crazy because she tries to get work done. And we don't do that. Okay, before we go too far, we have a project that we talked about, I believe, last week at the Afford party, and we're going to make it available. We have a fundraiser. We're trying to raise funds for a can of fermented herring. Oh. No. We're going to try to raise funds for a can of fermented herring that we can feed to my son-in-law, Joe, who, up until present time, has developed a reputation of being able to and willing to eat anything. That was what we got from his wife, Tabitha. Help us buy some fermented herring for Joe to eat. Correct. And so we looked into this. What's it called? Sauerstromen?
I can't even begin to try to pronounce it.
Sauerstromen. It means sour.
Hassenpfeffer.
Yeah.
Sour fish.
That's it.
Yeah. And we showed a few clips, I think, at the Afford party a couple weeks ago. But apparently, it is the most pungent and disgusting thing that you can open up.
Natives won't even eat it inside their house. Like when they eat
Correct.
it, they won't even do it inside.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a delicacy in Sweden, in Scandinavia, and it is so pungent that they open it outside and then
Which treat.
Yeah, which makes me laugh. And so we're trying to buy a can of this stuff to bring to Joe so that he can eat it, and we'll see if we have at long last found something that he will admit is not edible. The problem is that when we looked for it, and we did extensive research this last week, Juan was kind enough to try to find some alternative food that Joe would maybe not be able to eat. And you found, what was the name of that stuff that you found? The cheese?
The can? Oh, the cheese. What was that called?
Katsumarsu.
Katsumarsu.
Katsumarsu. Yeah.
It's maggot cheese. John JT said it was illegal. We can't have it shipped into the U.S.
Right.
We can bleach our chicken, but we can't eat a certain cheese.
Right.
We're gonna have foreign maggots coming in and taking the jobs of American cheese.
Right. We got American maggots that we can put in cheese.
That's right.
That was funny because JT points out I don't think it's legal in this country, and Juan just responds, "Illegal cheese, y'all."
I was struck with what's it called? Incredulity. It was just like illegal cheese. And we said when we started our band after that, we called it Illegal Cheese.
Illegal cheese is a great band name. So we're not sure that it's worth flouting international law to get cheese in here. But as far as we know, fermented herring is okie dokie, but it is extremely expensive. So it's like $70 a can, and not including shipping. And so you can't just run out to, Kroger and buy a can of rotten fish. You have to special order it and bring it in. And so we have a few benefactors, in fact, all of which are on the screen currently, who have volunteered to pony up some cash to buy Joe some rotten fish. And if we wanted it to be a group project. And so if you would like to donate to buy some rotten fish for Joe to eat, then you can send, any contribution that you feel is worthwhile to PayPal. So you can just PayPal my account, john@johnbranding.com, and just PayPal whatever you feel like it, a couple of bucks to chip in. And that way, and the only reason that we're doing this is so that you can feel some ownership in this, right? Because he's going to be eating our fish and you can have a part in that. And I think
more
that's
defendants for the lawsuit. That's really the
correct. Right. There's a class action suit. And we'll spread the money around. So, yeah, just you just can't get rotten fish anywhere. That's true. And so we're trying to raise. We think $100 even should do it. And just full disclosure, we've already raised I guess 60 or something like
like
that.
A thermometer thing. Or...
Yeah, so we don't need need you to put a lot of money in, but we just thought if you like, you're participating. So help us buy fermented herring for Joe to eat. PayPal at john@jumpwriting.com.
I wish we could get Jerry Lewis on here to help us push it.
I actually thought about that. I thought about doing a telethon, and we could have little music and acts and stuff, and then we could. Yeah, as the money goes up.
Yeah,
it'd be so fun.
Let's take a look at the board.
Yeah.
Juan, where are we at?
Where are we at, Juan?
$60.
Oh, look at that!
Right.
Look at that! Found some on eBay for $42 and free shipping. Well, maybe we'll have Jeff Lane order it for us. Then.
Do we need to buy the cut rate discount sour fish?
You know what?
Jeff Lane knows a guy.
That's
It's like we could make a mistake, buy from the wrong person, get fresh fish. We don't want that.
Hey, this smells great.
And it's on eBay.
We got ripped off.
This is straight from the fish market.
Yeah, I would eat this.
eBay fish. You
It's
can
a
get lobster in Las Vegas, so I'm not sure.
It's a fillet of fish.
Yeah.
So regardless of it, if we raise more money than we need, then we'll just put the we'll put the rest of the money to whatever it's going to cost us to have Joe's stomach pumped after the. So we'll use it all in some manner. All right. So last week during the effort party, we talked about how much fun we've had in the past playing Story Salad, which is John Thomas Oakes' card game. And we've played it on SCQS before. And this week we decided that it would be fun to play a sort of a version of Story Salad, only instead of drawing cards for the stories, we wanted to share stories of our worst experiences, either on the road or on stage or something. Right. Right. And so those are the stories that everybody wants to hear. What was the worst thing that ever happened to you on stage? And the difficult thing is boiling it down to one particular story.
It is.
Just one.
But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to play a quick round of Story Salad. We're going to share with you some of our worst stories, and hopefully this will be a terrible experience for our worst show. For our worst show ever. So Brian, you want to kick off?
Sure. There's so many. And by the way, we won't even hit Branson because we did a whole show on Branson. So Branson's been covered already. I think I may have said this on here before. I'm not sure. About 2 years ago. Let's see. Do you want like crowd wise or just the worst experience overall? Like,
I say worst overall. What's the?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I'll go with the most recent one. So a couple years ago, I get a call to do a show, and he says, "Okay, it's at the San Diego airport." Now, this is already a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because I just know immediately this is just awful, and it's going to be a train wreck. So I enthusiastically agree to do it.
Yes.
It's one of those things where it's like the weirder the place that you do comedy. Like I take gigs that I know are going to be probably pretty awful because they're experiences, and so we go into it. Not only is it at the San Diego airport, it's at the food court at the San Diego airport. So not only is it at the food court at the San Diego airport, it's right in the international terminal. So most of the people are not speaking English, which is wonderful. You just had like 1,000 people who literally did not care that I was on stage at all. And it was me and there was, I think, 4 others. And you just go and you're watching and you just know it's going to be the worst show ever. Like nobody's paying attention. And the funniest part as a comedian is watching other comedians die on stage. So it is the funniest thing you can ever do.
There were other comedians at this thing.
Yes.
It wasn't just you?
No, it wasn't just me. And so a friend of mine says this all the time, and I'll give him credit. His name's Mateen. He said it's like watching your brother getting beat by your dad, knowing that you're next. Like, you know what I mean? like,
were y'all fighting over who was going to go first?
Yes.
I'll open. I'll do it. No, it's okay.
so you go up, and at the airport, it's huge. So the sound travels straight up. There's people they're coming in, they're sitting down, they don't want to miss their flights, or they eat and they leave. And I'm supposed to do, I think, 20 minutes. And I go on stage and literally nobody cares. Nobody cares and is paying attention to me. I could have turned around and started playing the piano that was there, and nobody would have looked up and made any bit of a difference. And this was after 2 people had already gone on. And so I'm just literally you just sit there and you go, well, what else is there to do? It was so bad. I took out my phone and I started filming myself, and I was looking for the footage, but I think I deleted it. And I just said, this is if you want to know how bad a show is, I'm on stage right now, supposed to be doing time, but I'm recording myself. And I turned around and just showed the whole camera. Nobody's paying attention. No one's speaking English. No one's sitting around. They just look at you. They go back to their food and they get up and leave. And it was just 15, 20 minutes of just dead silence, and you just go, there's nothing I can do here. There's literally nothing I can do here.
Write it out.
Wow.
Did you mention who booked this? Like whose idea it was? Was it people from the airport?
It was somebody at the airport reached out to a very high level comedian, and so it was like, but we all again knew it was going to be a bad gig, but we all said, how much money? Okay,
yeah.
I'll go up and talk to myself for 15 minutes for that. So,
would that be a bad? Would that be a practical joke and poor taste if you deliberately booked a show with other comedians just to see how bad you can make it, just to tape them?
It's really fun. It's really fun for the other comics, and it was a great time when I wasn't on stage, because you're just watching people who are so talented and so funny. And when you watch somebody who is so talented and funny, and you see their brain short circuit because this is not normal.
Yeah.
It's just it's a beautiful thing. It really is. So that was
the food court.
The food court at the international terminal of the San Diego airport.
The international food court debacle.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you try to do crowd work, Brian?
In retrospect, I probably should have.
It would have been great.
Are you going
to finish that?
Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you speak English? No. Do you speak English? English? No. Okay.
How many of you guys out there you speak English? Raise your hand.
So yeah, not only you have people eating, so they can't laugh. They're, even if they were paying attention and could understand what I was saying, it was. And the best part is they wanted to do it again.
Wow.
Hey, if it pays, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I did a whole show for a Japanese speaking audience on a cruise ship.
Wow.
Was that interpreter or?
They just shoved me out there. And the thing is, they were used to having like variety acts on the cruise ship. They didn't usually have. I don't think they normally had English speaking stand-ups on a largely Japanese, speaking ship. They had musicians and stuff. So anyway, what do you got, Juan?
Well, I got a comedy story that's not as bad. We'll do the band story. I'm in a band.
Okay.
I was doing a band thing, doing a band gig. We this before we actually started doing professional stuff, because after that, those are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with any of this story. I will say, once we did start getting booked, the worst show of that was about the food that we got one night. A guy brought us on a paper plate rice-a-roni for the supper. I'm like, there's no stuff in here. I was like, I hate hate to be a diva, but can we get some nuggets?
I love rice-a-roni.
Well, but that's all we had. It was like rice-a-roni is a side, right?
Right.
Or is it supposed to be a meal? I don't know. We got booked to do a homeschool prom.
Wow.
Nope, think about it. Think about homeschool prom.
I've done some of
Christian.
those.
Yeah, a Christian. Well, like I think comedy would be different, but when you're playing worship music and the kids are slow dancing, it's a little bit different. What's funny is, so Mark was kind of tired of it by the end of it, because we were doing like, worship songs, like church songs, and they're dancing, which is like, when we're doing fast ones, that's fine. But we're just saying, God, you're holy, you're worthy. And people are like, boys and girls, cheek to cheek. And he's like, so by the end of the best line of the night was Mark. He goes, okay, we got one more song for you guys. And we're glad. Just don't let our worship get in the way of your fun. You guys just go ahead. And I was like, play one more song. So, but it was, I mean, just homeschool proms are awkward. And then we're there playing Christian music to, a romantic situation. I mean, there's people that believe that the lyrics are sometimes a little awkward because of it sounds like you're talking to your girlfriend, but now you're actually singing these songs that we usually sing in church to your girlfriend. So
Right.
And
it got a little awkward.
Draped over each other.
And it was not
Wow. Good. Yeah, I've done several homeschool proms and after proms, and but the one that I had that was the most awkward, it was they had a wet bar and gambling.
Nice.
All right.
The roulette wheel and a craps table. And so.
They should have set that up at the homeschool prom. That would have been fun. It's a little casino area.
Yeah.
Have you guys played worship music? And
yeah, I cleaned up. Those kids cannot play poker. They're terrible. I made so much money that night. All right, JT, I'm sure you have one.
Yeah, I'm like Brian. It's hard to pick one, but I probably every Wednesday night is the worst show ever for me, because I play under a bridge downtown for about between 100 and 300 homeless people. And hardly anybody ever listens. So one Christmas I was playing downtown at this venue called the Square Room. They have a jazz lunch every week on Wednesday. And so this was around Christmas, and the guy who runs it, I went to school with. So he calls me up and he said, "Hey, can you come and do the Charlie Brown music from the Christmas special for one of the jazz lunches?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be great." And so I got with a guy I went to school with, played bass, Alan Smith, and then the guy who was over the percussion department, which is a drummer named Keith Brown, and we worked up all those songs from the Charlie Brown Christmas show and did it for the jazz lunch, and it was well received, and everybody had a great time. And so after we were packing up, and Keith goes, "Man, I hate that we just rehearsed all this and we're only going to play it once." And I said, "Well, we could play it again if you want to." And he goes, "Well, yeah, where?" And I said, "Wednesday night under a bridge." And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm game." And so they show up and set up, and we start playing this Charlie Brown music. Well, we get like one song in, and this drunk guy staggers up to the bandstand, and he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, play that Clapton song." And I said, "Which one?" I'm sitting here going, trying to talk to him. And he's like, "No, that's a Clapton song. Play a Clapton song, man." And I said, "Which one do you want to hear?" He goes, "Oh, that Clapton song." And I said, "Are you talking about Crossroads, Layla?" I mean, he had a lot of songs, man. Was it when he was with Cream, or is it a solo, Tears in Heaven? Which one are you talking about? He goes, "Oh, forget it." And he walks away. And so we keep playing. And about 5 minutes later, the same guy comes back and he goes, "Hey, play that other Clapton song." And I said, "Man, you got to help me out here. I don't know which one you're talking about." And he goes, "Oh, just forget it. I can't believe y'all don't know any Clapton." So he staggers away again. And Keith, the drummer, looks at me and he goes, "Tough crowd." And I said, "No idea."
You don't know any Clapton either.
Right. You knew just as much Clapton as the guy requesting it.
Exactly.
I was were they dancing like they do in Charlie Brown, where they going like?
They're all doing the different dances.
They were staggering. It looked a little bit like that, Brian, actually.
Hey, how much clearance is there under the bridge?
Oh,
Are you guys?
Oh, we're way under it. Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
cathedral.
I know there was troll size. Or
No, it's like there's like 4 major arteries that intersect and funnel into downtown, and we're underneath all that, right next to the railroad tracks, and it's crazy.
It's a
you do
3-foot.
that under your own volition, or is there a?
There's a
court order.
There's a ministry down there every week.
And then they go pick up trash along the bridge.
Yeah.
He was smuggling illegal cheese.
In
and
my
he had
orange
community
jumpsuit.
services.
Yeah.
That's what you get for bringing maggot cheese into the state.
We take maggot cheese real serious around these parts.
That's right.
Oh, golly. Well, I don't know if I've told this story about this was the worst show that was also this was the worst show for my friend, but one of the greatest shows for me of all time, and I wasn't even planning to tell this story until Brian said that the greatest thing that can happen is for another comedian to bomb in the front, and it's like, oh, I got to tell the story about Hank. And so my buddy Hank McGill and I were backstage in the green room at the Comedy Club downtown one Saturday night. And there's 3 shows on Saturday night. And we had just done our first show, and we were getting ready for the second show. And I was going through, Hank carried a trumpet case around with him, and he kept his props in. And he would take it up on stage with him and open it up, and had all of these props. And so I opened up his trumpets case back in the green room, and I'm looking at all of his props. I'm just holding them up, like, what do you use this for? And then he would tell me the bit. What do you use this for? And he would tell me the bit. And he had a copy of Prevention magazine. Remember that it looked like a Reader's Digest. It was called Prevention. And I held it up and I said, what do you use this for? And he goes, I'm reading that. And I went, oh, okay. And I said, you don't have a joke for this? And he goes, no. And I said, my gosh, Prevention magazine. We ought to be able to come up with a joke. I mean, we're a couple of professional, high-powered comedians. We ought to be able to write a joke for this. And so I said, all right. And I was trying to figure out a framework for it. I said, okay. A guy calls me up. This is how the joke's going to work. A guy calls me up and asked me if I wanted to subscribe to Prevention magazine. And I said, and that's the joke. Whatever you say to the guy, I want to subscribe. Do you want to subscribe to Prevention magazine? And I said, boom, and that's the joke. And so we started brainstorming for what we could say. You would just like to subscribe to Prevention magazine? And we sat back there for probably 15 minutes, and we couldn't come up with anything. Every line that we said was dumber than the line before, and it got funnier, because it was so bad and it was so hard that it was cracking us up. A guy asked me if I wanted to subscribe to Prevention magazine. Hank goes, "Not that I know of," and we were like. We were on the floor. It was so funny. It was so dumb. And I'm wiping tears out of my eyes. And I said, that's the line. That's right there. And he's laughing. He goes, that's great. And I said, you should open with that tonight. And he goes, I will. And so we bring one of the waitresses over. And she's back there getting food ready. And she goes, come here. And we're dying. We can't breathe. And I said, tell her the joke. And Hank goes, he composes himself. He goes, guy asked me if I wanted to subscribe to Prevention magazine. And I said, not that I know of. And I'm on the floor. And she just looks at us. And she puts her cigarette back in her mouth and walks out. And it just made it funnier. That reaction, that cemented it. So we get ready to go out and do the show. I'm emceeing that night. And so I went up on stage, did my time, and then I introduced Hank. He was featuring that night. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Help me welcome Hank McGill. And so Hank comes up on stage, and he's got this music playing, and the lights are going, and he gets up and dances a little bit, and he puts his trumpet case down on the stool, and he does a couple of these to the audience, and they're applauding. Music dies down. Audience settles down. Hush falls over the crowd. Hank grabs the microphone. He leans forward, and he says, a guy called me up and asked me if I wanted to subscribe to Prevention magazine. And I said, not that I know of. and there's nothing. I mean, it's just dead silence, except for me in the back howling. One guy in the room, and I'm just.
Oh,
the heads are turning around. They're looking at me, and they can't see because the room is dark. So all they know is there's one guy laughing like a hyena in the back of the room for no reason.
That's fantastic.
It's one of them comedy duos.
Yeah. Well, and the truth is that we came up with a line after the show was over. After it was over, it hit me. And it was like the line that should have, rather than not that I know of, the line should have been not if I can help it.
Yeah.
Because that would be prevention.
Right.
And so, not if I can help it. It's still not a great joke, but it's.
How long did he hold the
Oh, forever. Hank was, he relished those moments. He was a type of comic that his material, it was strong material, but it required a certain type of audience. You know, he would say, like all of his jokes were real quick and it took a beat or two to catch them. Like he would say, we're in Indianapolis. And so in May, when it came time for the 500, he would get up on stage and he would go, we got any race fans here? Any race fans? And people would always applaud in Indianapolis. He'd go, I like Oriental. And then and he would go on from there. And so if he was in front of the right audience, he would kill. But if he was not in front of the right audience, everybody just stared at him. And so he was used to it. He sort of relished it.
I feel great.
My favorite Hank McGill joke is, there's two. And I'll do this as a tribute. He has passed away now, so this is my tribute to Hank McGill. He said, I took the interstate coming in here today. I guess I was going a little bit too fast. In fact, my buddy riding next to me looks over and goes, hey, you're doing 80. And I said, so are you. And then he would say, I've never have done well with the ladies. I haven't dated much. I'm seeing a very attractive woman right now. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of attractive women because I got a telescope for my birthday. It's Hank McGill.
Great.
Incomparable Hank McGill.
That's great.
All right. So I believe Juan DeVivo, our own Juan DeVivo, Eclipses, has developed a game for us tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you want to tell us how that
Okay.
game
So
works?
a lot of people try to tell you how Jesus was, but nobody's really directly quoting him. So we're going to try to figure out, do a little Bible study tonight via game. And we're going to play a game called Jesus or Nah. And that's the name of it. And so we're going to figure out whether you know Jesus said something or not. And we're going to directly quote him because a lot of people are like, Jesus wouldn't do that. Jesus would do that. Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a quote and you have to guess if it was Jesus or not. But you get bonus points if you can tell me who said it.
Oh.
Which means you won't be able. No, maybe you might. You might be able to. I don't know. I'm hoping these slides work because I put animation to them. So let's see if they.
Oh.
Okay, that happened. That's supposed to happen. All right, here's a quote. It's coming. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. Jesus or nah?
I know this one.
Yeah, we're warming up. Yeah, this is a warm up. How about
are we supposed to vote, or are we letting the audience play?
Well, if it's a solid, if you know you're solid. Oh, we got a. What is that? Does that mean Jesus? There we go. Okay. Book emoji.
Jesus.
It was Jesus.
I'm not sure.
If you know
people.
Where it's from.
Yeah, people just coming by and looking at the comment section on this video and seeing everybody exclaiming Jesus exclamation points.
Yeah,
what's going on this video?
Matthew 10. Nah.
Brian's going to be the dissenter.
Sorry, guys. Yep, you got it right. All right, next one. Next quote. It goes like
something like this.
And it says, I am the punishment of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. Jesus or not? I mean, Jesus said he's come to bring the sword. Did he say this?
I am the punishment of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Nah.
going to say nah on that too.
Not very loving, I guess. He's
That's,
not. This
Mr.
isn't very
Rogers,
nice.
Fred Rogers.
This is. I am the punishment of. It's something. No, that was. So the correct answer is that it was me to my mother-in-law last week. No.
No,
Who
I
was
think
I forgot this one. What? Oh, do you know it?
Is this from a movie?
No, this is an actual quote. A real person living in the real time.
Was it
The Destructor goes
Gozerian.
Destructor from Ghostbusters? I am the punishment of God. Is that is it a guy? I want to say, is it Koslinski? Theodore Koslinski?
Oh, like the Unabomber?
The Iceman?
No.
Yeah.
It's
No, okay.
old. It's an old quote. Very old.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I don't know.
What?
Was it be Napoleon?
No. Who was it? Who was it?
Ethel Merman. I am the
Everything.
punishment of God.
It was.
It was
I was Genghis Khan.
Genghis
Oh.
That's so
Khan.
weird because Tabitha said that earlier.
Said that.
Did she
She's
say
one
that?
ahead.
She's psychic.
She was one ahead.
She was one ahead. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how far behind I'm buffering right now.
Tabby has always been a huge fan of Genghis Khan. So.
All of his books. She's got all his books and posters.
Mhm.
A Genghis Khan playset when she was younger.
She's a fangirl of the Huns and the hordes.
Here's the quote. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Now, but bear in mind, I'd use different translations.
Okay.
So it's not always like James versions. I'm not going to give it away that easy.
That could be. Huh. That sounds like the message. If it was scripture, that sounds like it would be the message
So
version.
you think so Jesus or not?
Be thankful for what you have.
say-
You'll end up having more. There is something in the scripture about if you're faithful with a little, then you will be given
Yeah,
more.
I'm gonna say yeah.
That was Hitler. That's right. No, he's wrong.
Joel
No, it's not Hitler.
Osteen,
I'm gonna say nah. It's Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
they're saying
think
if
it's
you
Tony
concentrate on what you
Say nah.
don't have,
A dodgy version. That's
It's
right.
a dodgy
Yeah.
version.
Dodgy.
it's a dodgy.
Dodgy that. Bit of a mission to make that work.
Yeah. Message
Yes,
I'm with
Jesus.
Tabitha.
I will give you extra points if you nail it as Jesus, but another because there is a Passion translation that's kind of
Yeah, I would say I don't know, man.
female black TV host Jesus. Is that what I'm trying to remember? This.
I'm with
Who was
Tabitha.
it?
I think
Who's the
it's
quote?
probably
Go ahead.
Jesus in some weird
Yes.
translation.
Who,
it's
what's his face
Oprah.
got it?
Oprah.
Yep.
Oprah. That's what I
Oh,
was.
you get it.
That's what I meant when I said Jesus. I meant Oprah.
TV Jesus.
You get a fish. You get a fish. No, you. Everyone gets a fish.
Who has not done that bit? Wow. Okay, next quote is shall I not tell you who it will be forbidden from fire? It will be forbidden for every gentle, soft-hearted, and kind person. Jesus or nah?
Nah.
JT says nah.
I say
Shall I not tell you who will be forbidden from fire? It will be forbidden for every gentle, soft-hearted, and kind person. Yeah, I don't think that's Jesus.
No
I think
Jesus.
that's nah.
Brian, you got to vote.
I'm gonna say nah. I'm gonna say
Nah.
it's the Snuggle Bear from the laundry detergent.
The Snuggle Bear. That would be so awesome to overdub the Snuggle Bear with like affirmation.
Shall I not tell you who will be forbidden from fire?
And then you go,
It wasn't Gandalf. Y'all wanna? Nobody's got it so far.
Mahatma
Somebody's
Gandhi?
close.
Was it Mahatma Gandhi?
That's kind of close, I think. Louis the 14th.
Louis the 14th.
He's stuffing his face with cake.
Yeah, turkey leg. I don't know who that is.
It is. I know who it is, but we're gonna have to. It is. This
Put it
one's
up on
Muhammad, I think.
Muhammad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Muhammad.
Yes. So
How does that?
Interesting.
I'm just trying to figure out how that gels with jihad.
I figured
It
what would
doesn't.
give that away. What would give that away is that only gentle, kind-hearted people would not go to hell. So
Right. Well,
Anyway.
I don't think that jives with the whole. I mean, if you're an infidel, even if you're gentle and soft-hearted and kind, you still don't avoid the fire, do you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
This is what I know. I know I Googled quotes and I put them in a PowerPoint projection.
All you know is it's not Jesus.
That could be a
Right?
new sitcom. John, the gentle-hearted, soft-kinded infidel.
All right. Then this one was a little easy. Here's his quote. I am come to set a man at variance or against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
See, that is
This person came to tear families apart.
that is definitely Genghis Khan.
Jesus. or not.
That is Richard Dawson from Family Feud.
It was in the February 13th of 1986. It was
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
it was
that's
right at the end. KJV.
Jesus.
You know, I should have done the version. Okay, is it Jesus?
It is definitely
That was a
Jesus.
little bit easy. Sorry. Matthew 10 is Matthew 10 was
But
a gold mine of these.
It's a good thing to quote though, because a lot of people use Christian people, you spring that verse on them and they're like, Jesus never said that.
Sorry.
Sorry, he did.
I don't think it matters what version you look at either for those three. All right, next quote.
That's the snuggle bear.
Yeah, that's Snuggle Bear. Now, bring all those rebellious enemies of mine who rejected me as their king. Bring them here before me and execute them. Jesus or not?
I know this one too.
No.
Oh, do you?
Is that King David?
Is that King David? See, that's the other thing. I could have pulled quotes from other parts of the Bible. It just sounds like the Bible.
I am going to say, yikes. I'm going to say that this is Jesus.
Hey, Michael Andrews, welcome.
Jesus, what say you, Brian?
I was going to say that's
Working
a Toy Story.
Toy Story.
You know, that could be from one of Jesus's parables.
Ooh, Scar.
I think that's from one of the parables that Jesus told.
You think so? Interesting.
Interesting, JT.
Or maybe not.
Not a good. All right, is this Jesus or not?
It is Jesus. Jesus said it.
Yep. Luke.
Final answer.
Yeah, it's out of context from a parable.
Right. And the only reason that I knew that was Jesus is because I've had multiple arguments with atheists because they love to quote that Jesus said this, and it is a parable. It is
You're brain dead if you use this against Christians.
Right, but they did. They fired it at me because Jesus said this. What about Jesus, who said that he wants people to bring his enemies in front of him and kill them? And it's like, you mean that's a parable? He's actually,
you mean the story he was telling about
he's
another
telling
king.
a story about another king, and that is a quote that other king was saying. But yes, technically Jesus did say it, but
it came out of his mouth. But I follow this. What's really good is a Facebook group called "You Did It, It Worked. I'm an Atheist," and it's some of the arguments that they put up there. One lady was like, "I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, and that they're supposed to be faithful to each other." And the guy was like, "Okay, show me where Adam and Eve's marriage certificate is." I'm like, that's supposed to. So it's only legitimate if the state says you're married. I get it. Next quote.
if
Here we
Adam and
are.
Eve don't have a signed certificate, they're not married.
This life is nothing short of an evolving fount of angelic manna.
Woo.
That is from Final Fantasy VII.
It's obvious, but you will win if you figure out who said this, though.
Final Fantasy.
I don't even have to say Jesus or not, but
Gosh.
Yeah, it's
who do you think said it, though? You
Oh,
tricky
man.
cotton-eyed
It's
tricky
got to be from a
cotton-eyed.
video game. Is it from a
Yeah,
video
this
game?
life is nothing short of an evolving fount of angelic
Neil
manna.
deGrasse. Hey, Neil deGrasse Tyson said there's no purpose in the universe, so
Yeah.
figure that one out. I was
But
like,
he-
how does he know? How do you know there's no purpose? To the
He never said there was no manna.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That's
True.
true. Mother Teresa did not say it. No.
An
Was it Neil deGrasse
evolving
Tyson?
fount of angelic manna. That sounds like something that maybe what's his name? Wayne Dyer. Wayne
Oh, I haven't heard of this
Dyer.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
That's
he
the
a
sort of-
Christian, pseudo-Christian?
He was
No.
a
Okay.
motivational speaker in the 70s and 80s, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 80s and 90s mostly.
I wish I don't know. I looked up Deepak Chopra. I don't know if I have him yet. But this is from a
This was not Jesus.
this is from an AI website. It's just generated nonsense. It's just like I looked up New Wave. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, AI generator.
AI generator.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like a new age generator mumbo jumbo. And it,
Wow,
but it
that-
looks like it could print. That's what the weird part about it is. Like, I think somebody said this. So
Yeah, I thought it was Wayne Dwyer. So
Watch out, people. Do I have another one? Do I have more? Tell me there's more.
Of course
There's
you do.
More. How much time he gains, who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only what he does himself to make it just and holy. Jesus or nah?
How much time he gains,
bro.
who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself to make it just and holy.
Nah.
Okay, JT says nah.
I say nah.
He's putting his thing. See, you're not supposed to think about it theologically.
You're not? How else are you going to know if it's Jesus or not?
I'm just trying to make it. I think I lose. Like, I feel like since I'm the host of the game, I have to make everybody lose for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's like somehow that makes me the winner. Martin Luther?
Or Friar Tuck. It's either Martin Luther or Friar Tuck. That's a whole other game.
Or Friar Duck. Friar Duck.
Jesus, although not sure the version. Okay.
How much time he gains who does not look to see. I'm going to say that that's Jesus.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Brian, you got one? You say nah?
Nah, I'm going to say nah.
Nah, okay. Is it Jesus or nah? It's
Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, I thought it was cool because it's got that old sounding
Mm-hmm.
words to it, but it's not a bad book to read. Just, I don't know. It's not Jesus, so we'll do that. We got another one?
No, it's not. It's not Jesus.
I have a few. Okay. Let those who are already dead wait for death.
Mm.
And it's
Sounds
Monty
kind of
Python.
like, yeah, it does sound like Monty Python.
I'm not dead yet.
Oh, you're mostly dead.
I feel happy. I think I'll go for a walk.
You haven't got long. So
Is this Jesus?
That almost
People are
sounds
saying
like
Jesus.
I don't
almost
think that's
sounds-
Jesus.
almost
No?
sounds like when he was talking about let the dead go bury their dead. You know,
Right.
you
That's
follow
what I
me.
think. I think Juan knew that we would think that. I think he would.
Yeah.
I think Juan knew that we would say that sounds like.
Oh,
it is Jesus.
Luke, I think this is the Message translation. If
Yeah,
I'm correct.
yeah.
I
It
tried
looks
to
like
pick
it.
the loosest translation for that. Oh, I would have the worst game show because I would think I'm the winner, but I'm the host. You're supposed to let the other people win. Anyway,
Well,
that'd be the worst game. Do I have another one?
that was a trick question. Okay.
I think that might be last.
Was that the last one?
No.
Oh.
If you want to be perfect, go sell everything you own.
Yeah, that's what he said to the
make
rich
you
young
perfect.
ruler. You lack
That's
one
Jesus.
thing.
JT's not allowed to play.
That is,
after-
that is from Glenn Ross.
Adam Baldwin.
And then right
it's
after
from
that
what is that? Always be closing.
that's right. Always be closing.
That's
Right in that
that's-
speech.
that's Marie Kondo, isn't it?
Marie Kondo, you get everyone to get rid of that. Where is that from? So that is Jesus. Where is it from, though?
When the rich young ruler asked him if he was, they told him he kept all the commandments. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
There's one thing you lack.
Matthew 19.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Sell everything you have and come and follow me. Yep.
Do I have more? I should count these next time. I should have like a reference.
There's
thing.
there's a
one.
lot
There
of
we go.
these.
I think maybe my spirit will rise from the grave, and the world will see I was right. Jesus or
Nah.
nah.
Jesus said and didn't say a lot of things.
That was,
Who
Teddy
says-
Ruxpin. Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin said it.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Good night, son. My spirit will rise from the grave. Good night.
Did you guys ever throw in different cassettes to your Teddy Ruxpin?
Yep.
Did you have some Nas? Anybody Copernicus?
Teddy Ruxpin. I don't think it's Jesus. I'm going to say not a Jesus.
Not Jesus. It's not Jesus. Who is it?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Who is this?
My
Who said this
spirit will
quote?
rise from the grave. Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler. Just thought it was funny that he's
Not quite
he
as
said
funny
it.
anymore.
Yeah, I thought it was funny he said, "I'll rise." Hitler said it. I just thought it was funny that my spirit will rise from the grave, and I went, I wonder if I'll throw anybody off of that, but can't fool you guys. Don't get. Oh, but now, if you have a money bag, take it with you, and also a traveling bag. And if you have a sword, if you don't have a sword, sell some of your
Some of your
clothes,
clothes and buy one.
Jeff Bezos.
That's a good
That was
quote.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos, yeah.
That is a good quote from Genghis Khan.
Jesus said it. Oh,
Yeah, that's Jesus.
Yeah, I think so too.
who
That's
else?
Jesus. And the reason
Okay.
I know that one is because when I was first heard it, I was a little kid, and I thought, Jesus is telling people to buy a sword.
Yep. Grab your swords, boys.
Grab your sword. We're going to get it done. Oh, Jesus or not.
Hey,
Yeah,
good job,
game.
everybody. It was a tie game. Good
That was
job.
fun.
Everybody wins.
That was a super fun game.
That was fun.
With Jesus or nah, everybody wins.
Do they?
We've all learned. Have you all learned something? If Jesus said something or not, we've taught you something. You
There
don't
are
leave
no losers.
pews without any learnings.
There are no losers with Jesus or nah. Okay. All right. We have another little segment. Oh, yay. Here you go, JT. And Juan, I think all of your segments have been denoted as keepers. You haven't
Nobody
had-
liked my carpenter and awareness week.
Oh, contraire.
We were all more aware of them after that.
I wouldn't say that was your, your that wasn't your thing. That was-
Oh, you're right. It belongs to them. It belongs to the carpenter ants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, looks like some people are actually going to take your game, by the way. So there's
Oh
a
no.
lady that's going to, yeah.
Hey, if you want to make it available on jumpbranding.com,
Mm-hmm. We can do
it's
that.
on Google. So we got on Google Slides.
We can make the slides available on jumpbranding.com. That would be a nice thing for that's the reason you should go and become a member of the Click, so you don't have to make your own slides. Yeah, well, there was another thing that we did that I can't. Oh, if you think that's great, wait till you get a load of Juwan's overly specific Mad Libs. Those are other things that have
Also
been
available on johnbrandon.com.
Exactly. All right, we got time for a couple of these Mad Gabs that was suggested last week in the Afford party. And so, are you going to tell us how this game works, Peach?
Well, I'm going to put some apparently seemingly random words up on the screen, and you have to read them until you recognize the hidden message. And
We have to go
people
to
at
private
home,
chat.
well, yes, you guys, the four of you, have to move your screens by clicking on the private chat button over to the right,
okay.
so
And
that you
make
can't
it
read the
safe.
comments.
You're gonna put it
Because
in
I'm
the
going to pull
comments.
comments.
Okay.
I'm going to not pull the comments up on the screen, but they're going to be talking about it in the comment section.
So we
We have to go to private chat. Okay.
Yeah.
solemnly promise not to
Do not look at the
otherwise it
comments so
won't
everyone
be-
else can
Okay.
play too.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Brian indicated that he's
Okay.
looking at the private chat, so that's good. Okay.
So here's the first one, and everybody at home can write in the private chat.
I got it already.
I see if everybody is checking in private chat.
Yeah.
I got this one.
Yeah.
And
This is a warm up.
Yeah.
so you all have it.
Lucky charm.
Yeah.
A lucky charm.
Wow,
Lucky
Mhm.
charm.
A lucky charm.
I
Now,
was surprised.
one of my tactics with this game is accents. Sometimes we do an accent.
You guys beat the commenters.
That's not fair.
Oh no!
There we go.
No fair using accents, Juwan.
There's
Oh, I have
Tabby.
to do it regular.
Mhm.
All right, you guys in the comments are going to have to be faster than they were because that was really fast,
Well, they have like a 15 or 20-second delay. So
give or take.
right.
Yeah. Okay, here's the next one.
Abe who beat rap. Abe who beat rap. Abe who beat rap. A
Oh, I
boot
got
trap.
JT's trap. I mean, as soon as it's on the screen, JT's got it.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Hey, boo,
Because he's a
Pete
pun
rap.
expert.
Yeah, Teach Con got it first over there.
Hey, boo, beat rap.
I don't have any. Him saying "a poopy" was the part that made me laugh.
A poopy,
Rap.
Poopy beat
a
rap.
poopy rap.
That's what he said.
Comedy's so good it makes your monocle pop out here on the old Starving Comics corner.
A poopy rap. That's a
Okay.
diaper.
Okay. Here we go. This
So-
one's going to be harder.
Ape hand hub hair. Ape hand hub hair.
A panda bear. A panda bear.
A panda bear.
He just just read it. Ape hand hub hair.
You
Ape
guys,
hand hair.
you guys at home can't see JT in the private chat, but he gets
feeling
them
it.
as soon as I put him up there. He writes it in the private chat.
You got to say it out loud. JT's got to say it. Well, no, don't say it out loud.
Yep.
Say it out loud.
Yeah.
I
I don't want to give it away.
think
He
that
gives it. He's good at it. I'd much rather listen to Juwan go
Yeah.
ape hand hub hair.
Ape hand hub hair.
And hub hair.
I think my husband got it first.
I wish I had that kind of presence of mind to do that in real life. Just say things out of.
Ape hand hub hair.
Yeah, like
Hey, look,
We-
ape hand hub hair.
we went
Okay.
exactly. Don't touch my stuff. Don't touch. Don't touch my stuff. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch my stuff. Oh! Don't touch my stuff. I had to resort to accent. I'm sorry, I cheated. I went, don't touch my stuff.
JT
Dawn.
got it, and and then Hijack's wife got it.
Don't touch my
Sure.
stuff. That's a stretch. It doesn't sound like don't touch my stuff. Don,
Don't touch my
Wait, that's
stuff.
like
don't
two
touch my
different
stuff.
My
That's why
stuff.
that's why the
Game
accent
is
is
difficult.
good. If you do it with the accent, that helps.
Don, touch my stuff.
Yeah, see?
Don't
Don, touch my stuff.
Don't touch my stuff.
Okay.
My stuff.
Nose to ring.
Sat hatched.
Nose ring sat hatched.
I got it. Oh, look at you,
Oh, wow.
JT. Oh, my gosh.
Nobody has
Wow.
ever beat JT on any of these.
Nose ring sat hatched.
Nose ring sat hatched.
You got to use a Scottish brogue.
Nose
Nose strings.
ring.
Everybody's posting answers before she even
Wow,
sees it.
delay.
You
Yeah.
might,
Oh.
Suzanne. You might try
Nose
if you're on
ring.
YouTube. Pull the little dot thing to the going the wrong way.
ring.
Nose
It's
ring.
all the way
desktop.
over to the far right side of your screen.
Or click live.
That's not bad. Yeah, if you do Scottish. Nose rings hot touched.
Sat
Oh, this is a good idea. We should have allergies do MadGab.
hatched.
Those strings attached.
Those strings. Those.
Yeah.
Those rigs attached. Those strings attached.
MadGab's
Good
so fun.
job. I was worried I would forget
My-
what these were, but apparently you
Bob.
guys know them.
Won't let
Oh
me.
my God, JT. Whole imp pig games. Oh. You didn't
Oh, I
type
know
it in
this
yet.
one.
There we go.
I got this one. Okay.
Yep,
JT's
JT's
quiet.
got it.
Who
Oh,
else?
Whole imp pig aims.
We'll try the
Games.
Scottish
Yeah.
accent. See.
Aims.
Whole
oh,
imp
that was fast.
Olympic
pig
games.
aims. Olympic games.
Oh, there you go.
Doo-doo-doo. Play
That
the
was
play
the-
the theme, JT.
You had to do Dr. Evil accent for that one, huh? Olympic games. Those darn U.S. soccer women's team just lost.
And that's
Oh
basketball.
my goodness.
Variations on the
Did they
Olympic
miss?
theme.
Oh no!
They lost to France.
The others are too easy. You guys are gonna get these in 2 seconds.
Oh,
I've got
should
2
have.
more.
He's a ladies man. He's a ladies man.
Man.
He's a ladies man.
He's a ladies
You
man.
He's a
say it.
ladies man.
And the
You've had
first
Fun
time you
Aid,
say it, it
You've had
sounds like
Live
you get
Aid.
it.
Now you have
Yeah.
Easel Aid.
That's what's funny about
Easily.
MadGab is when people know the answer and you're showing it to them, the answer's looking back at you and you're saying it like I don't get it, but you're saying it.
You're saying it.
He's a ladies man.
He's a ladies, man.
He's a ladies.
I think I might use this though to help people calm down though. That's a good. Hey man, calm down. He's a lady. Ease man.
Yeah.
He's a lady.
All right, this is
He's
the last one I have.
ladies.
Hey, bless.
Ah,
Hey, bless. Sing.
Abless sing.
Yes.
That's
you
when your
are.
choir
Abe,
doesn't contain a person named Abraham.
Abe.
Hey, Abe, let's sing, huh?
Let's
Abe.
sing.
Abe,
Let's
let's
sing,
sing. Abe,
Hey.
The bless. He wants you to say the blessing.
Hey, Abe, let's sing, huh?
Abe, let's sing, huh? What you say? Let's sing. You and me. You and me, Abe, let's sing.
That's another guy that's been old his whole life.
Yeah.
Oh, Abe.
Yeah, Abe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see a toddler named Abe.
No, he comes up wearing like a trench coat and like a fedora and carrying a briefcase.
Yeah.
That's how he's born.
You guys got any tapioca? I need a glass of tapioca, straight up. Two fingers of tapioca, straight up.
2 fingers of tapioca and change my diaper.
It's been one of those days, Ma.
It's a 2-finger tapioca day. Okay, that's our show. I have nothing else to do. It's time for a snappy wrap up, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what that's going to look like this week.
Neither do I.
Or
I hope
any
it's
week.
not me.
I didn't come up with anything for anybody to do. So real quick, if anybody's got a suggestion in the comments for what to have them do. Oh,
I
Juan.
say a toddler who's had a hard day at work. That was one character.
Okay. Well, you're in luck because actually Brian and Juan were the two I picked.
We're gonna
Guess
talk.
what you're doing?
We're gonna talk after two toddlers talking at the end of the day. A rough
Yeah.
day.
Big.
I'll see you guys at the effort party.
All right. Bye to John. Bye to JT. We'll see them at the effort party. And let me.
I'll go first.
You're not supposed to be planning this. It's supposed to be a free for all.
Oh,
You're
gosh.
taking advantage
I'm
of how long it
first.
takes me to pull this up.
I'm just saying I'm going first.
Two
Okay,
toddlers
ready?
fight 2 tired toddlers.
Oh gosh, Brian, it's here's why you got to join the comedy clique. This because you had a rough day, you got to get over it. I don't wanna. No, look, the comedian next door is on, and it's great because it's comedians, and they're next door to you. Think about Amber Bradley. Think about Scott Chile, if I'm saying that right.
No vacation with comics.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be there. Derek James, 100 Keys, they could be there too. Josh Klingenstein.
I mean, he's kind of cool though. I like him. He's okay. But Mike McKinney and Grant Ogilvy and Stephen Peters, we said his name twice.
Yeah, well, Juan makes us happy because he's just funny looking, I guess.
That's not a toddler.
Oh,
I'm tired.
JT. JT, I'm over here with my pinky, and I just need some more tapioca, please. Just leave the bottle and walk away, and then I'll have a good time. Yeah, that's right.